I'm live. It's sending data right now to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And if you're watching on any of those channels, share it any way you can. Subscribe so you'll know when I'm going live. This is the day the Lord has made, and we are going to rejoice and be glad in it. So come on in. My sister is with me. We're going to have a great conversation about Daddy. But we're starting like we always do. Come on in. Come on in. Pull up a chair and tell me how you've been. We're fixing to sing. I'm doing the lead. So if you would sing the harmony. But if you can't sing in tune, well, that's okay because I can't hear you. Just don't forget to drink your water. Then grab your friends and your sons and daughters. Come on in. Come on in. Pull up a chair and tell me how you've been. Just don't forget to drink some water and sit up straight and sing along with me. Yeah, sit up straight and sing along with me. All right, everybody, I'm so glad you're here. This is a good day. We're going to talk about a good daddy, my daddy who passed away yesterday at 12:15 in the morning, and now he's kicking up gold dust. He's probably even able to sing now. Isn't that something? And the one who really, I promised my dad I would get him to the grave as comfortably as possible. But I could not have done that without the hero of this story, and that is my baby sister, Melissa Lowry. Why isn't the two shot coming up? There it is. There she is. Hey, Missy.
Hey,
How are you doing today?
doing good.
Yeah?
Doing good.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Daddy. Now, you've known him a little less time than I have. I remember I was 9 years old and I told Mama, if you'll get me a baby sister, I'll be good. And so she got pregnant with Melissa, and after Missy was 2 or 3 years old, she looked around the back seat and said, I thought you said if I got you a baby sister, you'd be good. And I said, I lied, but you're not going to take her back. And here she is. So now tell everybody, let's just catch everybody up. You got two children,
Two children, one in heaven, Will.
and
He
Caitlin.
is, Caitlin is here and graduating from high school. And the truth be known, she's the hero
Yeah.
that took care of Daddy.
Well, you took care of him until she got old enough to be able to, because she really, I mean, he had two good bosses, you and Caitlin.
Yeah.
Remember when he took it was just what, a year or two ago, he took a three-step ladder
Mm.
and placed it on a rocking chair to
Mhm.
try to reach what?
The the batteries in the smoke detector, because he had seen a commercial on TV about checking your batteries in your smoke detector.
Oh,
And he just decided that's what he needed to do. So it wasn't necessarily a rocking chair, but it was a chair that didn't have good back support. It kind of moved up and down with you a little bit.
hmm,
And he sat in that and put his feet up on the two-step ladder to rest his legs.
hmm,
And he decided he would put that in the chair, climb up on the chair on top of the two-step ladder, and check the batteries in the smoke detector.
right.
And we all woke up to the sound of a smoke alarm going off.
Oh,
So
he
we
fell.
ran in there, and just at the time he was about to fall, he slipped and he caught the door frame
Right.
and was hanging on it with one arm, and I grabbed his belt loop, but his leg had already gone through the two step.
Mm-mm.
And so then he walked around here with a wound vac, which is a
Mm.
lot.
Hold on, I'm putting this.
But He was tough. He was tough.
He was.
It, yeah.
He was
He
a tough
was he
old
was a
bird.
great daddy.
But he was 89 when that happened, wasn't he? Yeah, that
He
was
was
just
88, getting ready
88.
to turn 89.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now I got all the whippings growing up. Mike got a few. Did you ever get whipped?
Oh, I got one. I remember it was like yesterday, and Daddy and I were talking about it not too long ago. He was a deacon at Greenwood Village Baptist Church. Harold Clayton was the pastor, and every Sunday night it seemed like they would have a deacons meeting after church. And me and the kids were out in the front yard playing in the church, and I was picking on this little girl with her brother, who I thought was cute. And in the middle of it, she fell backwards, hit her head on the ground, which was not good, but we were kids. We
Yeah,
didn't
right,
know.
right, right, right.
And she ran screaming into the church, and all Daddy heard was, Missy!
Uh-oh.
And Daddy came out and grabbed me and took me to the car. We didn't have an old sanctuary. And he whipped me. And that was the only whipping I really remember. And I never forgot it. So I never did anything else wrong.
And now you're all grown up and you're what tell everybody what you actually do for a living.
I'm a nurse, a registered nurse, and I own my own home health business here in Lynchburg. I put nurses and aides into people's homes so they can stay home instead of going into the nursing homes or hospitals. And I was able to provide care to my dad with some of those girls while he needed it.
Hmm.
And the name of it is Charlie's Angels, just like the TV show, but it really came from Daddy because his name was Charles. He never liked going by Charlie or Chaz or Chuck.
Right, right.
But I told him I wanted angels in my name of my business, and he said, well, y'all just be Charlie's Angels and I'll be Charlie.
Well, I decided to thank you for doing this morning because I gave you no warning. This show is called Just Whenever, but now I am letting you know I'm giving the warning on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. I think because the text messaging thing I was doing, in case you are wondering why you didn't get a text message this morning, is because I got the bill. I did not know that every time I sent out a text to my community, it was charging me like 2 to 3 cents per person, and it's 8,000 people. So very quickly of sending 2 texts a day, because when you send the link to YouTube and what I want to say, that's considered 2 texts.
Oh my. Mm-mm. They'll
Man,
get
so
you the way
it
they
was a
can.
$4,100 bill. So I've taken
Mm.
out a loan, and no, the Lord's
We'll set
good.
up
And
a GoFund you, Mark.
but that's why you didn't get a text, and you will never again get a text. So make sure not about this. Now, joining the community is still very important for you watching, because if I'm doing a concert within 100 miles of your house, you will get a text. And if we have new product that you might want to see, you might get a text there if you text the community the word. Let me just show you that while I'm talking about it, since I got off on that. Hold on, Missy, I'll be right back. You just text, hold on, it's coming. Boy, it's slow today. Text join, or if you want to know when I'm selling something new, text shop or something to 615-808-7894. And if you miss that number, just go back to the replay and come to this moment in time. It'll be up there again. All right, back to my sweet little sister. So now, Missy, you're getting married.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep. Daddy
Tell us
was gonna.
about this gentleman. Where did you find him? What dating site was he on?
Well, he grew up down the street from us on Fort Avenue.
Okay.
And so we met the first time when we were 13. He says I ran, and I'm like, I don't remember that. But he came back into my life through Facebook. We were friends on Facebook. And he just hit me up one day and said, hey, what are you doing? And in the last year, we got together and started going out. And he is so much like Daddy. I mean, everything Daddy would ever do, Steve does.
Oh,
Steve was here the night Daddy was getting sick. And just to say a little praise about Steve, he carried Daddy to the bathroom.
yeah.
Um, I don't know too many people that would have stepped in to do that. But Steve and I were going to get married in September, but we're moving the date up. We're getting married June 25th, the day after your birthday. And we're doing it as a big celebration. Every year, Steve does a big July 4th at the end of June. He's an electrician and he has to work July 4th weekend. It's mandatory. So he does his big July 4th celebration the end of June. And he just told me, he said, I'm not going to go anywhere and I'm not going to leave you. And I'm here for you and Caitlin. And let's don't kick around anymore. Let's get on with it.
So the
So,
timing of Daddy's timing really was good. He
mhm.
lived 90 wonderful long years. And then, a week ago, he was fine, wasn't it? About a week ago?
Yeah, it was a week ago. We were sitting at the dinner table
What?
and Daddy always ate good. And then at the end, he would always get a Klondike bar or some type of dessert because he was all about the sweets.
Yeah.
And that night, he didn't want a Klondike bar. He just wanted to go to bed.
Did he have a cold?
And before that, he had a little bit of a cough. And we were giving him medicine, the Tylenol for the fever, and we were giving him cough medicine. And
Mm,
we had taken him to my new in-laws to be because he loved
hmm.
to play cards.
Right.
His biggest game was hearts,
He loved
and we had
hearts.
played. Oh yeah, we had played a game of hearts, and it was me and Steve and Daddy and Steve's aunt Carol, and she was running them. She was running them, and we didn't think she was running them. And Steve looked over at my dad and he said, she's running it, Charles. She's running them. And Daddy just smiled with a little crinkle in his nose.
Yeah.
He never smiled,
Right, right.
but he would crinkle his nose when he was up to something. And I didn't say anything. I just kept looking at him. She laid down her queen of clubs, and Daddy laid down his king of clubs. And he trumped her.
Yeah.
And she looked at him and she said, I'll never forget what your daddy did next. And he went, and he played cornhole with us on Mother's Day. I've got a video of that on Facebook, and he loved it. He
So
loved
he
it.
had about 3 bad days.
That was it.
3 bad
That was
days. I'll
it.
take that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'd like to go instantly and make everybody be shocked and horrified. That's where I'd like to go. But because I want to get out of here quick. But for the sake of the family, that was lovely because we got to tell
Mhm,
him goodbye. We got to tell him to go see Mama. Thank
mhm,
God for FaceTime because,
mhm,
we have a great nephew about to be born. It's a complete circle of life because
mhm,
he could have been born on the day Daddy went home, but
mhm.
he's still holding on. He's like Daddy. He didn't want to be born into heaven. Daddy took 3 days, and I'm surprised he took that long, but he did. But he was a fighter.
Yep. Yep. And the nurses up there and the doctors were so wonderful to him and to us. Some of them are Liberty graduates, and they all remembered Mama,
Yeah.
and they took great care of Daddy. The last nurse that took care of him didn't know him, but she prayed over him.
Wow.
And when she called me to give me the news that Daddy had gone home, she said, I just want you to know I stayed in his room for 30 minutes and held his hand.
Mm.
And I said, well, he would be upset with me if I didn't ask you, do you know Jesus? And she paused for, it seemed like the longest second. And she said, yes, I do. and I was praying over him that he knew Jesus.
Oh,
And
wow.
I said, yes, he does. And I said, and he would also want you to know how you'll recognize him up there. He would tell people every time he met somebody, you'll recognize me because I'll have a smile on my face.
Right.
And I know he's smiling big time.
Yeah.
He is smiling big
Well,
time.
I know you've got to go. You've got to get to the funeral home. Thank goodness for the Witten Funeral Home. Dad, and thank goodness Mom and Daddy paid for all this. How many years
Ahead
ago?
of time. Well, before she passed away. Actually, Mark, it was 22 years ago. They paid for it because Will, my son, passed away, and
After 19
because
days.
after 19 days in 2000, he passed away, and Witten's funeral home offered, because they had paid for everything, that any grandchild that passed away before the age of 21 would get a free burial,
Wow.
free
Wow.
funeral.
Wow.
So Will was buried, he's buried at where I'll be buried, at my foot, and right up the down from Mama and Daddy. And yeah, look at Bella.
She was sitting
Let's
here
see.
grunting and coughing at my feet, so I thought I'd pull her up here. But yeah,
Oh, hang on.
we had a good dad, and I'm thankful for. Oh, look at yours.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Where is she? There she is.
Wait, no, go the other way. Go the other way. It's
Okay.
opposite on camera. It's weird.
It's opposite.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Bella. Oh,
Well,
Sienna's
go take
growling.
care of everything, and I'll see you Saturday.
Okay.
I'll be
Love
getting
you.
in about 4.
Okay.
All
Love
right.
you.
Well, love you, Missy.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Okay, let her go, and we will go back. Ooh, we'll come back and sing Daddy's favorite song. I come to the garden alone. So everybody sit up straight. All 4,558 of you that tuned in. Let's have a choir so loud, harmonies that Daddy will hear it in heaven. And no, of course I know he's in the great cloud of witnesses now. All right, sit up straight. Let's sing, everybody. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. Sing. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet. The birds hush their singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing. Sing. And he walks with me, and he talks with me. Then he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. That's for you, Daddy. You know what I wanted to do today on this day that I'm celebrating my father? The hardest I ever heard or saw him laugh was not at one of my concerts. I wish that had been true. But it was when he read A Christmas Story. Now, many of you have seen this, but a lot of you are new followers. A lot of you are just getting to know my dad. But I cannot watch this without laughing. And I want to play my dad telling a Christmas story. And I'll be right back. We'll sing a little bit more. He's going to read A Christmas Story.
This was sent to me by a friend. It says, subject, Merry Christmas. A little story to start your Christmas season in the right spirit. When 4 of Santa's elves got sick, the trainee elves did not produce toys as fast as the regular ones, and Santa began to feel the pre-Christmas pressure. Then, Mrs. Claus told Santa her mother was coming to visit, which stressed Santa even more. When he went to harness the reindeer, he found that 3 of them were about to give birth, and 2 others had jumped the fence and were out heaven knows where. Then when he began to load the sleigh, one of the floorboards cracked, the toy bag fell to the ground, and all the toys were scattered. Frustrated, Santa went in the house for a glass of cider and a shot of rum. When he went to the cupboard, he discovered the elves had drunk all the cider and hidden the rum. In his frustration, he accidentally dropped the cider jug, and it broke into hundreds of little glass shards all over the kitchen floor. He went to get the broom and found that the mice had eaten all the straw off the end of it. Just then the doorbell rang, and an irritated Santa marched to the door, yanked it open, and there stood a little angel with a great big Christmas tree.
You want me to read? No, listen.
The angel said very cheerfully, Merry Christmas, Santa. Isn't this a lovely day? I have a beautiful Christmas tree for you. Where would you like to stick it? And so began the tradition of the little angel atop the Christmas tree. A lot of people don't know this, nor why the angel's eyes are open so wide. Her mouth is the shape of an O. Ha, ho, ho, ho.
Oh, man, I'm so glad you could see my brother Mike in the mirror filming this. What a treasure. That is why I've tried to tell you, all you grandparents out there, get a YouTube channel. It's so simple. It's free, and it's probably be there long after you're gone, so your grand and great grands can hear what you sounded like, see what you looked like, and know what you thought about in 2022. I keep saying this over and over and over, and I'm not getting paid to say that. I don't own a piece of YouTube. And I'm telling you, it costs you nothing. And God can guide the algorithms to reach a little old lady in the Bronx, and a little grandchild, a friend of her grandchild's might be listening. And it could have been you talking about Jesus, but it was me sitting here at this desk. I didn't even have to go to the Bronx. And I was talking about how much I love the Lord and all, and what he's done for me, because I'm such a horrible person, horrible sinner. I mean, like old Paul, I'm the chief, my sin nailed him to the cross. And so, oh man. And now there's 2 little boys up there, Israel and Chinka. Golly, he's going to kill me. Israel and Chino. Sorry, Chino. Please forgive me. You have to forgive me now. You're a Christian. See? Chino, Chino, Chino. Israel and Chino know the Lord. And they're telling everybody about Jesus. So it's all good. Keep praying for them. They've got the COVID right now. So pray for them big time. Because Marisol had it, and I guess they got it from her. So pray that the Lord will touch them. And I told them drink lots of water. Because I don't know what else to tell them. I've not had the COVID or anything else really lately. I got sinus issues, but I've had those since I was a kid. But anyway, let's sing. Let's sing Daddy Home. Let's sing about heaven. Just think, y'all, he's been there a little over 24 hours. Can you imagine what those little beady eyes had seen? I wonder how big those eyes got when he walked into that place where Jesus is. And he sees Mama and a crystal river and Grandma and Grandpa and all those that have gone before. The great cloud of witnesses. Well, they've told us about it. And I'm down now in the U's. You know, we're going through the hymnal alphabetically. And oh, these songs are perfect for today. Oh, they tell me of a home far beyond the skies. They tell me of a home far away. Oh, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. Oh, the land of cloudless day. Oh, the land of an unclouded sky. Oh, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. Oh, they tell me that he smiles on his children there, and his smile drives the sorrow all away. And they tell me that no tears ever come again in that lovely land of unclouded day. Sing, oh, the land of cloudless day. Oh, the land of an unclouded sky. Oh, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. Everybody come on in and release. Yes, they tell me. Well, Daddy's there. Mama, I wonder what she thought when he come walking in. Surely she had some advance notice. You know they recognized each other because it says you will know as you are known. Isn't that in there somewhere? You will be known. I guess I'm still going to have a big round nose when I get to heaven, so y'all will recognize me. Daddy, 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 what are you doing now? Oh, when the trumpet of the Lord shall sound. Here we go. When the roll is called up yonder, will you be there? Oh, this is a good old Baptist hymn. You know we do this about every day I'm home, so make sure you subscribe. When the trumpet of the Lord shall sound, and time shall be no more, and the morning breaks eternal, bright and fair. When the saved of earth shall gather over on the other shore, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. Sing, y'all. When the roll is called up yonder, 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 I'll be there. Now let us lay the... Oh, turn it around, why don't you? That's Mr. Kevin Williams on the guitar. Play it, Kevin. Yeah. Now let us lay before the Master from the dawn to setting sun. Let us talk of all his wondrous love and care. Yeah. And when all of life is over and our work on earth is done, when the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. Sing! When the roll is called up yonder, 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 I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder. I guess he just wondered, when the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. Don't expect me to ever really know these tracks, because sometimes I'm singing them for the first time when you're hearing them. But we've done that one before. You'd think I'd remember that he just tagged it, but sometimes he goes back. I love it when Kevin does a turnaround, I call it. Well, I didn't originate that. They've been calling them turnarounds for as long as I can remember. But that's a musical break between the next verse. I've asked him to do more of that. So what you do now, if you're watching on YouTube, what you do is you subscribe, and then you ring that little bell so you'll know when all notifications, you'll be notified when I go live, because the show is called Just Whenever, which means I go live just whenever I feel like it. And I might start letting people know on Facebook, YouTube. Oh, I can't do YouTube. Or Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Like I did today, I put a notification up. And that will help. But sometimes I just get a burr in my bonnet and I want to go live and I want to sing and I don't want to wait a minute. And so you need to be, if you're on Facebook, you need to hit that notification button so you'll be notified. Hi from Mexico. Looky there, Juan Lucio. We're live and he's watching from Mexico. Thank you all for your condolences. Is this your background? Is it what? No, this is not my yard. This is a green screen I have in my studio / bedroom / office. And so I don't have to make the bed. I just raise the green screen and then I pick out a beautiful photo. Since it's springtime, I try to do with whatever season we're in. And it just makes it look more colorful. Because, I'm not really easy to look at. So I've been told. No, I'm kidding. I'm easy to look at. That's what I've been told. Mark, sure to read my post today. It will help you. Thank you, Lynn Atwood. Hey, Jeff Mackey. Ola, brother, he says. Sorry for your loss. Thank you, Lena Aldifer Rogers. So many of you watching and commenting. And that's the way that Facebook, YouTube knows that to make sure that you get notified. Because, I have 1.2 million followers on Facebook, but they're not all notified when I go live. So I think you have to do something to let Facebook know that you're interested in this little program we do. And that, like, make a comment or something like that. That's what I've heard. What do I know? I'm 64. I'm not supposed to know anything about technology. But I do. Okay, why don't we do this one? Because this is the truth. I've wondered, what do people do who don't know the Lord, who don't believe in the Lord? When the Lord takes one of their loved ones, where do they go? Oh, gotta get rid of that one. I'll get rid of that one. Living below in this sinful world, hardly a comfort can afford. Sing with me, y'all. Help me now. Striving alone to face temptation so. Where could I go but to the Lord? Thank you, Jesus. Where could I go? Oh, where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul. Needing a friend who's gonna help me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord. Now listen. Neighbors are kind, I love them, everyone. We get along in sweet accord. But when my soul needs manna from above, where could I go but to the Lord? Sing with me, y'all. Sing it, Bella. Where could I go? Oh, where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul. Needing a friend who's gonna help me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go but to the Lord? And I'm so glad I've got the Lord to go to. Aren't you? Bella, what you doing down there? I hear you grunting and snorting. You need to go outside? You don't act like you do. If she needs to go outside, I guess I better let her go outside. Yes, Daddy is home. Thank you all who've texted and that have my text number, because not everybody has that. But if you're on the community, I read those. Please text there. But I thank you. I've had tons of condolences. You don't need to send me any more. I tell you, I am so loved by so many people, and they write and say, I know your heart's breaking, but it's not. It's rejoicing. I know where he is. I didn't lose anybody. I know exactly where Mama and Daddy are. They're in the presence of Jesus. I believe they're in heaven, but I don't know for sure. All I know is wherever Jesus is, that's where they are, because it says to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So there you go. So they're with Jesus. And like I've said for years, they're kicking up gold dust. I'm looking at you. Let them grieve. They should be grieving for us. But no more grieving in heaven. Just go read Chino's little comic book he sent me right below on Facebook if you're on my Facebook page. What a brilliant little comic book he put together after he went and learned what heaven was going to be like. And I love seeing heaven through the eyes of a 12-year-old and the profundity of that little young mind. And so, what else? What else can we? Let's end with something good. You got a suggestion? How about you, Robin Stewart, or Janelle Portal Deal, Joan Hill, or 3,269 of you that are watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch? Let's see if there's anybody actually over on Twitch. There's one watching on Twitch. There's 560 watching on YouTube. There's 2,695 of you watching on my Facebook page. And there's 57 of you singing along on the Dinner Conversations page. Have you been enjoying those new dinner conversations that Andrew has been releasing, that we've done for the 4th season now? If you haven't checked that out, check out dinner-conversations.com. They're a little more PBS style, classy, many shots, many cameras. We're eating, we're talking, because dinner and conversation go together so well. Of course, look at me. All I need is a camera lens and I can have a complete conversation with myself. But see, the truth is, I know you're there. I'm looking in your eyes and I know you're looking back. And I know you're singing along because you tell me you are in the comments. And I know I'm the senior citizens, Mr. Rogers. I've read your comments and I'll take that. I never did watch him because I was too old by the time he came along, I think. Or else I thought he was too silly. Anyway, I'll take whatever. I don't care as long as you keep watching. and singing with me. And let's end with victory in Jesus, because today is my daddy's, well, yesterday was daddy's victory day. He made it to heaven. And he didn't make, let me rephrase that. He was brought to heaven by the blood of the Lamb and the word of his testimony. That's how he got there. It's not making it to heaven. Nobody makes it to heaven. Who are you kidding? Listen, I don't even know where heaven is. If he doesn't come get me, I'm not going. So Jesus showed up, or an angel, or mama, or somebody came and took him. And I expect the Lord to come himself when I go. No, I don't expect nothing. He can send the weakest, dumbest angel as long as they know how to get home. You know, I don't care who he sends for me, but it'll be good, y'all. You've got to trust your Father's good, and he's going to take care of you. And if you grieve, go ahead and grieve, but don't grieve as those who have no hope. You will see your loved one again. Just pretend they're on a road trip and they're coming back, but next time you see them, they'll be on a white horse coming back with Jesus. All right, let's sing Victory in Jesus. You know, you all love that one. You've sung it in church if you grew up in church. And it goes just like this. I heard an old story, how a Savior came from glory, how he gave his life on Calvary to save a wretch like me. I heard about his groaning, of his precious blood's atoning. Then I repented of my sin and won the victory. Sing, oh, victory in Jesus, my Savior forever. He sought me and bought me with his redeeming blood. He loved me ere I knew him, and all my love is due him. He plunged me to victory beneath the cleansing flood. I heard about his healing, of his cleansing power revealing, how he made the lame to walk again and caused the blind to see. And then I cried, dear Jesus, come and heal my broken spirit. And somehow Jesus came and brought to me the victory. Sing, oh, victory in Jesus, my Savior forever. Sing it. He sought me and bought me with his redeeming blood. He loved me ere I knew him, and all my love is due him. He plunged me to victory beneath the cleansing flood. He plunged me to victory beneath the cleansing flood. Oh, yeah, isn't that a good one? I wonder if we'll sing that in heaven. There's my coffee. There's my water. I love both. Well, I guess I'll go eat lunch now. I sure have enjoyed singing with y'all today. I want to thank my baby sister for helping me out. I was all set up for my brother to come in. Let me show you. Here's the 3-shot I had planned. If it'll go to it. It's real slow today for some reason. Come on. See, I had my 3-shot ready, but I guess I need to give them an advance notice if I'm going to do this. Well, thank you all. God bless you. I hope you have a good day. I hope you eat something good for lunch. And I will see you when I see you, which could be tomorrow, because I go live just about every day. So make sure you've hit the notification buttons you need to be hitting so you can be notified.